of London. But as far as sieges of London go, this is probably the best since, I think some Celts tried Londinium back in the day, and I think the Royalists tried it in the Civil War for, what, 5 minutes? They ran up, shot some guns, and the parliamentary forces came out and said, "What are y'all doing here?" Because we all know the parliamentarian forces were from southern England. So what are y'all doing here? By that time, the Royalists were gone. That was my study of English history when I was young. It's terrifying, but we have to stand together in the face of these overwhelming odds, the challenges, the deprivations, hardships. But I assure you, that which is happening will be coming to an end before too long. Captain Lua, I believe you are going to officiate.
Thank you all for coming to this command briefing of the Silverstar and the Grand Alliance, here under the auspices of the Home Guard of Britain, of course. For those of you who have come here in airships today, thank you for taking time to observe the docking procedures of the British Command, even if they are a little unorganized. Head to Triple Park, the Trident.
Yeah, you think it was a bit of warning.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a war on. Anyway, thank you all for coming to this tactical briefing. As head of the former front wing, as the vanguard wing, it is of utmost importance to me that everybody understands their location within the combat formations. So please make sure that you have visited with your attachés to understand where you should be flying at the time that we need to deploy from the combat station. Now remember, if you are triple parked, don't worry, we know which order to take you back out again. Or so I have been assured.
Professional queuers, hey?
Yeah, they're very good at queuing, I'm told. Now, for those of you who are here as non-combatants, thank you all for coming to this command briefing. It is important that you understand where all of the pieces are going to fall together so that you know where to hide. Most importantly, if you could not stand anywhere near the channel, that's going to be very important. And please do not go outside to watch it. Instead, go to your designated bunkers. Lydia Krieger can assist you in finding your correct bunker group number. Excellent. For those of you who are unaware, Europe has fallen.
No.
Yep. Yeah, I see the papers don't get much circulation out here. We have been fighting all across Europe. We have desperately tried to keep the old strongholds of power, the royals, and the elected officials across the continent from falling. And yet, at every turn, swarms deceit, swarms lack of care for other people, and their really big bombs have decimated populations and destroyed long-held sources of power. That brings us to our current situation. The time is dire. It is here, in London, that we must make our final stand. The only question for us here in this room is how. So I give you Grand Admiral Reinhard Krieger.
Good afternoon. Yeah, this is the thing. Our strategy is to bring the war to a conclusion. Despite great resistance, valiant fighting across many fronts, Europe has, as the Commodore has pointed out, fallen. apart from the wall of the Atlantic which protects America for now, the free world exists here, only in England. My strategy will not allow a protracted war over English soil. We will be using all of our forces in a decisive battle to end this conflict, one way or the other. Our civilian populations will survive this war. We are going to be drawing the enemy through a series of flanking maneuvers and ruses to concentrate their forces against our main capabilities. We will then decimate them if Providence is on our side. But I believe it will be. I have my reasons. We cannot allow our civilian populations to be bombed out of existence. Even an existence in tyranny is an existence from which they can rise up and fight again. So, to discuss what may be done in the best and worst case scenarios, I present the Captain Croft of the Homeland Guard.
Thank you, Angela Trigger. People of London, we have watched as Europe has fallen. We have tried the same method over and over again of bombing capital after capital, and capital after capital has fallen. It is time for a change of plans. While we do want to support our civilians and save as many lives as possible, I definitely recommend a more tactical approach, that we divide and conquer, as it will. We take some of our forces, our limited resources, and spread them across England. And we defeat swarm there. You cannot simply headbutt a brick wall. You need to chip away first, and then destroy that wall when it is the weakest. We cannot keep bombing mercifully. We cannot keep bombing recklessly. It is not getting us anywhere. Countries have fallen. People have died. We are running out of options. We need to change the method that we approach this war if we want to win. I'm begging you to be prudent, to think, to be smart. You are British. We are better than this. We cannot just keep bombing things. We have to think if we want to win. I call to the Americans to offer another side of this, if we will.
Captain LaGrange.
While both of you make very valid points, America is safe currently. We are here simply to provide aid and assistance as needed for friends and allies, but right now, my home is safe. And yes, Krieger's plan is bold, brash, foolish, reckless, and therefore America is completely with it. So in light of that, I would like to bring Romanov off to see where he stands.
Добрый день. This means good day. Everyone say Добрый день.
Добрый день.
That's terrible. That's okay. We'll move on. In case you do not remember, my name is Andrei Romanov. Currently, after last siege of bombings, I'm 19th in line to throne, but I have no interest in throne. Who would want throne? No interest whatsoever. Now, as you all know, I am not spy. I'm not Tsar. I'm also not very smart. So I need your assistance, good people, because I cannot make decisions for an entire country on my own. So what I wish to do is ask you people. If you believe that Grand Admiral Krieger's plan is the right approach, let me hear you, please. But if you disagree and believe Captain Croft's strategy of chipping away slowly and going piece by piece will prove more fruitful. Please do make noise at this time.
We measured it metrically, it's still bigger.
Well, they are British, so they make noise.
Yes.
Smaller noises count more. So you're really not very helpful in the end. So as Russian, it's very simple. Everything will be bad. Everybody will die. So we will support whichever side prevail in this discourse as we decide how best to defend the rest of the free world. Thank you very much, and I believe our weapons specialist has more details on the plan, which might help us. Miss Hart.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. I just want to tell you how excited I am to tell you about what's up there. Oh boy, is it big and exciting. None of you should have any worry for your safety, for your family's safety, because oh boy, are we gonna bomb them. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be big, expect some loud explosions, get some earplugs, people, because it is fantastically loud.
How is this a good idea? You're telling them that they're all going to die by bomb, and you think that's okay?
Oh no, you're not going to die by bomb. The bad guys are going to die.
Oh, so your bomb is very precise.
Oh, very precise.
It's a bomb!
We've been running many tests, and let me assure you that it is state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line,
Yes, you've invented the
with
first,
mild accuracy.
the first completely containable bomb.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's
What
right.
could possibly go wrong? There's not enough tea in the world for this right now.
It is a really big gun, though.
It's really cool.
Did you hear what you're saying?
Yeah, I heard it. I said it's really cool.
It's gonna be amazing.
That's an American expression. I understand the idiom. Yeah. When I say cool, I mean awesome, not chilly. Maybe you didn't understand that.
That's true, it is quite warm.
Yeah, it's very warm here.
And I've heard very good things about this large weapon, hence why I'm so excited.
You can't go around waving your giant gun in everyone's faces.
Why not?
Whoa.
It's not very British. You have to get a queue first and work through the queue. There are precedents for this.
Are there?
It should be.
You're the one that's triple parked.
Whoa! And who's the one who triple parked me?
Well, you didn't queue. You showed up with your big gun in our land and you wanted to just blow over civilians and it's interrupted tea time.
Just means I can leave
assure you there will
first.
still be tea time. No outdoors necessary.
Well, that's good, that's good. At least we have that.
Perhaps we can hear from some of our other
Yes.
attachés.
Yelena, please speak some sense to these people.
Hello. They have guns. I am standing over here now. Well, Naziwa, it is good to see you. Thank you for coming. I'm not very good at talking because that was my sister's job. But she is not here anymore. So I agree with Captain Croft. We cannot go about this lightly. We have lost too many people already. The risk of something of this magnitude, untested, is too great. It's not worth losing what little we have left. What do you think?
Bonjour. If you do not know me, I am Violette Didier Roussel. I have been mayor of Paris. I became ambassador to France, and now I am attaché. Twice now Paris has been bombed. It was built and destroyed, built and destroyed. I am here because I truly have nowhere else to be. I am here to help the best I can. Which one of these plans will work better, I do not know. I have held the hands of people as they died. It's not pleasant. I do not wish to hold any more such hands. I feel quite strongly about the idea of Captain Croft. We know that Swarm is, I hate to use this word, sneaky.
Oh. They are Swarm, that's true.
Yeah, that's not very sneaky.
Quick way to be shot.
Perhaps, yeah, I believe someone has just identified himself. Can we,
I'll take care of it.
is there,
Oh, that's good.
They'll take care of it.
Yeah.
He'll show himself out.
Perhaps we can see what we can learn from them.
Mega, make explosions great again.
I appreciate the idea of
I'm
hitting them
concerned
here and
there's
there
fight.
when they do not expect it. If their tactics are working on us, we need to try something new. I do not want to hold any more hands like that.
Perhaps I'd be able to lighten the mood a bit.
That's my opinion.
I am Captain Flash McHart, ace pilot, has been flying throughout this entire war. I have flown over 200 combat missions. I flew over Bucharest, I flew over Paris, I flew over Berlin, and we've been pushed back a lot, yeah, and most of my comrades have been shot down, but I've taken out over 500 of the enemy, and that's more than double anyone else, and that is why they've chosen me to fly this beautiful new ship. Now, I love my Lucille. She's been a great fighter pilot jet. A fighter pilot could not ask for a better jet. But this new ship, it's massive, but it maneuvers so smooth. It's like a baby's bottom. It flies through the air, cutting its way through the air. It's amazing to work with. It's such a wonderful ship. It's really nice. And well, this whole idea of putting all of our eggs in one basket and throwing it at the enemy is a little backwards from what I know. All I know how to do is fly, so obviously I'm just going to get to what I'm good at and let them make the decision to throw all of us and all of our planes at them so that we all die burning. But, you know, I hope that this will go well.
I'm sorry, I've heard enough about this. I've heard as much as I can. You just summed it up. This plan is putting all of our eggs into one basket and hoping that none of them break.
What are we going to do with the basket with 3 eggs left? And the basket on fire?
You find a way to use that basket and what eggs you have left strategically. Our best bet right now is to put our faith in Captain Croft and her strategery. Where we've been going so far, with Bobbins at command, death. Death after death after death.
You should learn to trust your uncle, Montgomery.
Trust him? I did. I've been working in the laboratory for how many months, developing the serum that was going to help our pilots, our soldiers, perform better. And what happened? Every time someone was set to be tested on, they died in the field. We wasted months as we watched our soldiers die one after another until I had to step up and test it on myself. Your own son stepped out from the laboratory, took things into his own hand because Bobbins was too foolhardy to do anything about it. Putting all your eggs in one basket, trusting bombing after bombing. Father, those are swarm tactics.
Yeah, you know so much about military tactics. Oh, wait! You're too smart to go to a military academy and study military science. You go to the university in Sorbonne.
Indeed. And 5 doctoral degrees means that I probably know a wee bit more than a man who hasn't stepped out from behind a wheel in his entire life.
Really, boy?
Indeed.
And your fancy cane. You're not weak. Why are you holding a cane? You fancy pants? You think you're so smart? I went to this suburb. I'm magical smart guy.
You're right. What do I need that for when I have the serum?
Whoa!
Enough! I will not have you at each other's throats. This is unacceptable for a Krieger. Either Krieger. Do you understand, Reinhardt?
Yes, dear.
And you, Montgomery, you need to respect your father's expertise. Yes, you have all those doctorates, and I am extremely proud of you. But your father has a lifetime of experience, and he knows what he's talking about.
I'm sure he does.
I apologize, Montgomery. I have not always been a good father to you. Your education is vital. It is the path you chose, and as a Krieger, following the path of your choice is what you should do. And I don't know why I would take your path like that. I value your decision, son, even if I disagree with you on this matter of strategy.
I know that you didn't want me to go off and get through. I know you wanted me to follow in a similar path as Beauregard.
I wanted you to be you. I thought magically you'd be exactly like me, but I was wrong.
I couldn't take two of them.
Well, perhaps not through magic, but unfortunately through science, it turns out we're not really that different, are we?
Yeah, only you're not as green as Beauregard now. But, I'm sorry, son. Please accept my apology.
Okay, it's always good when that immersion battle planning ends with a hug. So, it's better than it was, Gary.
We'll do it our way, you do it your way.
I'm not hugging anyone. No.
You know you want to.
Montgomery. No.
I don't know if I trust someone who won't take a hug.
Father, she's British. The answer to a hug is no.
You may have a right. To smell like sauerkraut.
He smells of strawberries, and you know it.
Oh, sorry, that's me. I get a bit biffy.
If she does not hug him, how does she know how he smells?
It's very...
Let's not play that game.
That's a whole battle we need to plan later.
Just getting very frustrated by all of this. Can we...
Yes.
Summarize.
It's making my head
Let's wrap it up. All right, thank you for attending. I think we got some important information off of the attachés and those in command. We will look forward to planning out what will happen in the days next. But for now, you are all dismissed, and thank you. Have a wonderful day. Yes. Did you have a question?
Oh.
Where's the cue to get out? Because I'm going to walk as well.
Oh. That's your business, Croft.
Please see Lydia Croft, Lydia Krieger. Who's in Paris?
Are there any questions about anything that's happened so far? I realize we did not open the floor.
What are your opinions?
No questions? Great, keep going then.
So always the downside to Team Britain.
What is it about the eggs in the basket again?
We're putting them all in the same basket, or we're going to throw them at them one at a time. We're working that out. Yeah.
Well, I read in the paper there was a calamity in the Pyrenees Mountains. Yeah.
A rampant bombing does not a calamity make.
There was a theater, and many of the people from the Pyrenees died because there was only one exit.
Yeah?
Yeah. So that's what happens when you put all your basques in one exit.
You said you are dismissed first. Thank you.
You got to the head of the queue!
Thank you all very much.
I have to contribute something.
Oh!
I have the enemy plans here.
You've got...
You've got the enemy plan.
Enemy plan?
Good work, Mr. Hurts.
We want to land it. Apparently, it's just the enemy plan.
I'm here to... It's not as exciting as it sounds.
Are you sure it's not a plant?
It's not a plant, it's the Planzungstab. These are the Prussian plans. We know Swarm is composed of more than just the Prussians. I'm only here to tell you that the Prussians are not a threat. That's because literally 50% of this itinerary is drinks of beer. Shall I just... I'll just read through this briefly, don't worry. Here we are. Official Prussian itinerary. I have to do it in the accent. Guten Morgen, Mr. Sunshine is here. That's 8:30. 9 o'clock, drinks a beer. 9:15, breakfast time. 9:30, morning inspection of the troops. 10, drinks a beer. After that is Austrian massage. I don't know what that means, but that sounds fun. Drinks a beer. Luncheon medieval frenzies. Drinks a beer. Tell Krieger he smells like feet.
Genesis!
That's a full half hour, right?
That's like 15 minutes of foot.
After that, drinks a beer. Practice evil laugh in front of the mirror. Full half hour there. Drinks a beer.
Are we learning anything from this?
We're learning that there's nothing to learn. That's really what don't worry, we're halfway done. Definitely don't do anything evil. That's at 14:05. So it's a 5-minute break being evil. Drinks a beer. Pick up evil dry cleaning. Drinks a beer. Do evil stuff mit the doctor. Dr. Practicus. Drinks a beer.
What hour are we at this point?
We're almost done. 18:30, right here. Bathroom break. That's a full half hour.
That's going to take a half hour.
Probably more severe.
Trust me, on our diet, it's...
Right. So after that, drinks a beer. Make sure there's plenty of beer for the sparkle party.
Yeah, that's Prussian.
After that, drinks a beer. After that, get more beer for the sparkle party. Drinks a beer. Sparkle party! That's a full 24 hours right there. They don't sleep. So they're drunk, they don't sleep, and yes, please. So I just want to know that for all the horrible threats facing us today, Prussians are not one of them.
I think the part I'm most excited about is that no place on this itinerary does it say invade Britain.
No.
It's fine.
That's why they're not here.
Which means concentrating their forces from the north will be a little bit easier than we had thought.
Yeah! Just a little. That's great. In all seriousness, the enemy might be more effective now that they don't have Prussians within their ranks stumbling into things and driving airships into mountains. Anyway.
We got the shipments of beer.
Oh, we could cut off their supply. Then they'll be angry. Sober.
Busy.
You don't want an angry, sober Prussian.
I think drunk is probably their best supply, honestly.
I was both of those things just a few minutes ago, and I'm Bavarian, so I can't imagine how much worse it is than Russia.
Right. Well, anyway, I don't know.
More beer. More beer.
More beer, so it's drink beer, drink beer, drink beer.
Drink
Oh
beer.
dear, we can
Do
clear
we
some
have
time in
anyone
here.
from Scotland? And can we do a shipment dropping Guinness to the poor Russian troops?
I think I can make that happen. Yeah, dropping alcohol on the enemy.
A place in the north. Mit beer.
Thank you for your input. We will consult with the Prussian secretary about their scheduling.
Well, we know their scheduling. I mean, it's 90% drinking and there's a bathroom break in there somewhere.
Leave the room!
I'm leaving. All right. I helped.
Was there another question?
Go Holmes.
I'm good.
Good?
Oh, we got one in the back.
Question to answer back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear about the ace pilot's last battle.
Sure. All right.
In 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes. All right. So the last battle that there I was, up in the air, surrounded by Prussian air pilots. You know what's great about being surrounded by Prussian air pilots? They're firing at each other, they forgot about you because they're so drunk. But over the skies of Paris, we were watching things burn. The re-cobbled together Eiffel Tower was on fire somehow. I don't know how metal was on fire. But I was flying around and it was a beautiful sight to see, except for the fact that everybody on our team was dying more than the people on the other side were dying. But you know, we have to keep up a stiff upper lip, not give in to negative waves, and I was able to fly through, break their lines for a little bit before I had to retire because I was out of gas and bullets. There's not much work throwing shoes out of planes and having that work. So that was the Battle of Paris. A lot of things on fire and running out of bullets.
Ja. Sie standen. Standen Sie open bitte?
So, what kind of eggs are in the basket? Are they little type eggs? Or did we somehow smuggle some ducks or
Airship eggs.
Well, as we have established, the eggs in question are airships. Let's not forget that they're weaponized eggs. All of the airships remaining in Europe have been docked here at the air platform above our heads that you all saw on the way in. That one? Yeah. So it's the last eggs in Europe, and the only eggs we're ever gonna have after this, unless we survive.
But over our heads is the biggest
egg,
baddest, stinkiest egg that was ever thrown in the history of all humanity.
Just wait.
Oh yeah.
I think this person in front has a question.
With the chipping away plan.
Yes.
How can you manage to do that when we are so... This is our last stand. How can you chip away during a last stand?
Well, that's the joy of battle. So they're airships, they move. So...
Civilian populations do not move.
Well, that's why we have bunkers. And safety for the civilians. Why we draw the forces of swarm away from the civilians.
Like over Liverpool.
Yes, well, it's Liverpool.
Where they have few.
It's already a hole in the ground.
Yes, it will actually improve Liverpool, I believe.
I had great sandwiches once in Liverpool.
Well, the wind was out of the west, so you got lucky. If we draw the forces of swarm away from London and move us into bunkers, we will be able to spread out swarm. And that way, we can attack them smallly with our reduced resources.
That's a good plan. Yeah. Yeah, you.
Hi. Just curious, what kind of security procedures do we have on all the airships in Europe?
That's a really good question. I'm so glad you asked. You said he's the spy?
No, that makes sense. He's alright. I mean, I don't exactly trust him. Look at that smile. It's very un-British.
I don't think we should talk about
He's got too many teeth.
He seems really nice, but...
He seems like a Scottish smile to me.
He has too many teeth to be one of ours.
That's fair.
We're not all going in the same direction.
The security procedures for each ship are different for each ship. That's the genius of it. Yeah. So even if you get one set of keys or one secret password, that's only going to get you on one airship, and it's probably triple parked.
Well, let me know when you're coming into town next time, and we'll prepare.
Next time all of Europe needs to take refuge in Air Platform London, I will let you know.
I don't think that's too much to ask.
Thank you, Montgomery. Yes, you in the back.
I've heard a lot of people skeptical about the idea of slamming your head repeatedly against a brick wall, but using minions as the battlefield has worked so well for Swarm. I'm wondering how anybody can diss that plan when you have obviously taken over all of Europe.
Oh, I see the trouble there, and as a well-known Swarm sympathizer, hey, I'm surprised you're here with us in the city they're about to blow up. If he's here, we're fine.
I'm inviting him to tea.
Make sure you can see that guy.
I think he's tall.
The difference between us and Swarm, and I cannot make this clear enough, is that we do not have minions. Every soldier, every airship crewman is precious.
How's that working out for you, sir?
Well, when you put it like that. So far, we have had losses, yes. And while the airship crews have fallen back here to our platform, London, I cannot state enough that there is reason for hope. The fleets that we have here have fought in those battles, have seen the devastation of their own homelands. They are motivated. They have nothing left to lose. And we are all of us backed into a corner, which, as we all know, is a tactically superior position. No one fights harder than when they're backed into a corner.
Also, no one behind you.
Yeah, and then there's no one behind it.
Well, then I will file my report individually too.
Thank you.
I feel like we should stop him.
I can take one last question. Yeah.
What is to happen with my soldiers? My fleet comes, you promise us hope. Hope does not pay my men, and it does not pay for the petrol for my ships.
Amen!
Well, yes, he is one man. Good job.
The Treaty of Bucharest allows for this grand alliance, and the remaining governments of the grand alliance will be the ones paying for all of the combat costs, which, seeing as, yeah, that's, So Great Britain would be paying for all of your pension costs.
We're still paying off the American war, so the Americans should pay.
the alliance.
That has nothing. In any event, should your men on your ships survive fighting Schwab, good for you, you're alive. You can live in tyranny. But since you fought against Schwab, they will execute you. You will be dead. However, should you choose to live and fight for Swarm, you will be paid by their gratitude. And by gratitude, I mean you will be allowed to die in their service. Because you will be a minion. So, if you fight for them and lose, if you fight for them and they win, if you fight for us and we lose, if you fight for us and we win, cupcakes or puppies?
I don't think we're going to hear a better argument.
We will supply actual currency, not actual cupcakes, unless that is the
I don't know. I think after the war, the currency might be.
So save your
We do
receipts.
not use puppies as currency ever. No, that's cruel and very unusual.
Puppies have their own currency.
Thank you all very much. If you need a stamp for your passport, please come to the front and see Alice. Yeah.